My first experience with the YMCA was back in 2004. I had a really good friend who played squash, and being an active guy, I wanted to go and play squash with him, so he introduced me to the sport. And we used to come here to the Jamie Platz. Right after that, I started with Starbucks, where I met my friend Anna. Anna is the person that introduced us to the program here at the YMCA. She found out, obviously through social media, that Bonnie had MS and the struggles that we were going through. I was very public about the struggles that we've had as a family, because people need to understand. They don't understand when you tell somebody that they have MS what that disease looks like. So it's important for people to develop that awareness, because how else can we find a cure if people don't understand what it's like? And so I've been very public with my fundraising, my awareness campaign for the MS Society to bring awareness to multiple sclerosis.
It was February, RSP season. I worked at the bank, so it's a very busy time, working lots of hours in front of the screen, and my eye was really bothering me. I had a lot of pain, and I couldn't see very well out of it. And I thought, oh, it must just be eye strain, or maybe I'm getting a cold, and that doesn't turn into anything. And so I thought maybe I just needed new contacts. I took 15 minutes and went to the optometrist just to get a new prescription, and he said to me, how old was your dad when he was diagnosed with MS? And my heart just hit the floor, because I grew up with my dad having MS, and it was terrible. And I didn't realize that that was something that was in my future. And so I went back to work, and I went into my boss's office, and I broke down into tears, and he said, just take the time off, just go. And I called Michael, and I told him I would have rather been diagnosed with a terminal illness than have MS, because I knew what that was like for me growing up, and I didn't want that to be the way that it was going to be for my kids.
The main reason why I came to work for the YMCA was because it's an organization that helps everyone. And when I first learned about the whole approval process for our Opportunity Fund, our YMCA giving campaign, I loved it, because everywhere else it's about what's on paper, black and white, dollars and cents, whereas here it's meetings. You actually meet the person face to face, you get to know about what obstacles they're facing, and you're developing a relationship with them. It's personal. You also get to see the look on their face when you tell them what you get to do for them. It's not just about giving them a lesser rate that they have to pay, it's about the housing programs, community programs, fitness, improving your well-being. And when they realize just what they're gaining by becoming part of the Y, quite often they're overwhelmed. There's been lots of tears, disbelief. Are you sure this is right? And I love being part of that. It's like being Santa Claus. You're giving people something much more than just a little present. You're giving them a little bit of hope. You're giving them a bit of a path when they're feeling a little bit lost. As far as their donors, I really wish they had the opportunity to be in my shoes for a day, to see where their money goes, to see the impact that it has. I highly recommend that anytime they are in one of our facilities to go to our pool, watch the kids in swim lessons with a smile on their face, or our seniors in the teach pool doing their opposite class and visiting with their friends next to them. You put those people there, you're giving them the opportunity to be in there. And that's huge, and it's the most gratifying feeling.
I mean, swim lessons are crucial to, I think, becoming an active human being, right? So it's a basic skill set that I think all kids should have. And part of our program allows us to enroll the kids into swim classes as part of our fees. And I mean, to be able to bring them once a week to go into swimming lessons, to develop that skill to become an active human, and also to be able to go in after the swim class. Like, I don't get to every time, but I mean, I get asked every time, Daddy, can we go in the hot tub? Daddy, can we play ahead of time? You know, can we take some time and hang out in the pool today? So, I mean, yeah, it's a part of our life and part of what we want to do weekly.
Sometimes on Sundays, one of my classmates have swimming lessons on Sunday mornings, and after Sunday mornings we go swimming, and it's fun, a lot. And she also gave me an idea that she did in school was for necklaces. Same thing, and Dad does that for Mom, so for the MS Society. And he does fat bikes for MS. And so this year I get to participate in some of it, and I get to sell these little capuchons and magnets, and it's really fun, and I like it because I get to actually sell something to help.
For me, being at the YMCA and I get to sit in those appointments every week and seeing the families come in, it's about 30% of members at Jamie Platt's YMCA that are assisted, and it's not just children, it's also the adults and the seniors coming in and asking for help as well. So when you look at any class, 30% of that class might not be there if it wasn't for the help of donations.
Well, I mean, so like I said, how I feel that there's always somebody worse off than us. So I feel blessed, but I also feel guilty using a fund like this, because at the same time, I feel there's always somebody that's more deserving of it than us. But at the same time, our kids wouldn't be in swimming lessons. Our kids, we wouldn't be able to get them out to do the extracurricular activities when it's minus 30 outside like it is today. So the opportunities that it gives us truly is an opportunity to stay active when I need the break to get away. Because Mom's at home and she's sick again. It's hard to let it go. So I'd rather come beat up a squash ball with my best friend or my father-in-law or whatever, or take the kids swimming so they can get out and get some activity for the day, because that gives them an opportunity to get out and be active and not have to watch Mom be sick all the time. So I mean, we're just grateful and blessed.
It's a gift of hope, and it's like the YMCA believes in us, to know that they've given us this gift, that I can come to the gym when I'm able. It's here for me, and I can come and work out and use my body and strengthen myself so that I'm strong enough and active enough to play with my kids and to do the MS bike tour to raise funds so that other people don't have to experience what our family does. That opportunity found allows us to be a family who doesn't need to worry about chronic disease.